Worried about gout? Check out Ural, the effective urinary alkalinizer. Ural, neutralize your uric acid problem now.
Welcome to KiniNews. I'm your host Prasad. If you're a former finance minister who also happens to be a former prime minister, I'd expect you to know what you're talking about in Parliament, especially when it comes to financial matters. With that said, Najib Abdul Razak may have some explaining to do. Finance Minister Tengku Zafrul Abdul Aziz has refuted former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak's claim that not a single cent of public funds were used to repay 1MDB debts. Speaking in Dewan Rakyat today, Zafrul said the country is servicing the interest on those debts.
Setakat akhir bulan ini, kalau kita lihat andaian kadar tukaran wang asing sekarang lebih kurang $1 to 4.20 lah, RM4.20. Baki komitmen kita setelah saya pun baru saja dipahamkan ialah lebih kurang 38 bilion ringgit lah, ataupun 38.5 ke 38.8 bilion ringgit. Ini prinsipalnya 32 bilion ringgit, 32.3, dan faedahnya pula sebanyak 6.5 bilion ringgit. Jadi dakwaan bahawa belum lagi kita bayar prinsipal hutang 1MDB ini adalah tidak berasas, ya. Memandangkan prinsipal hutang-hutang tersebut hanya akan matang lambat lagi.
Zafrul was responding to a question from Bagan MP Lim Guan Eng, who had asked if it was true that not a cent had been paid on the 1MDB debts. Yesterday, Najib told Parliament that public funds were not used because various entities had returned 1MDB funds totaling 23 billion ringgit to Malaysia.
Adalah tidak betul untuk mencanangkan bahawa rakyat perlu membayar atau menanggung hutang 1MDB. Misalnya, bayaran sebanyak 16.4 bilion yang diterima dari Goldman Sachs bukanlah dari wang rakyat.
Following Zafrul's clarification, opposition lawmakers were naturally outraged with Najib, and the outrage wasn't contained in Parliament. It even got all the way to Johor, as you'll see. Najib Abdul Razak may need to face the Rights and Privileges Committee for misleading the Dewan Rakyat while debating the royal address yesterday. Damansara MP Tony Pua, who submitted the motion, told the Dewan Rakyat that Najib was factually wrong on a few issues.
Saya ingin merujuk Ahli Parlimen Pekan kepada jawatankuasa hak dan kebebasan seperti yang diperuntukkan dalam perkara 36/12 Peraturan Majlis Mesyuarat Dewan Rakyat. Perkara ini telah pun disampaikan kepada pejabat speaker dalam bentuk surat, tapi saya nak bangkitkan bahawa beliau telah semalam dalam ucapan beliau mengeluarkan kenyataan yang mengelirukan Dewan dan boleh disifat sebagai menghina majlis.
Meanwhile, former Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng similarly refuted Najib's statement that no public funds were used to repay 1MDB's debts.
Sekarang kita ada kedudukan di mana seorang Menteri Kewangan masa kini dan bekas sebagai saya mantan Menteri Kewangan, dua-dua cakap bahawa yang Berhormat Pekan bohong. Tidak ada alasan selain daripada merujuk Yang Berhormat Pekan kepada jawatankuasa hak dan kebebasan. Saya tak mahu sebut dia telah pun didapati bersalah, dihukum 12 tahun penjara, dihukum denda 210 juta ringgit. Ini saya tak mahu sebut. Tapi dalam Dewan yang mulia ini, jangan tipu dan bohong.
Several political leaders also brought the issue up as they campaigned in Johor. Pejuang Chairperson Dr. Mahathir called Najib's statement stupid.
Dia boleh kata kononnya kerajaan tak guna 1 sen pun untuk bayar hutang. Itu bodoh lah. Ada kau hutang, orang tak bayar duit. Tapi Najib macam tu lah.
One of Najib's fiercest critics, Perikatan Nasional Chairperson Muhyiddin Yassin, also raised the issue while speaking at a PN event in Johor.
Najib juga kata gunalah duit yang dikutip semula daripada Goldman Sachs, daripada Deloitte dan lain-lain untuk bayar hutang 1MDB. Inilah dia pemimpin yang bukan saja tidak amanah, tetapi tidak tahu malu. Malulah sikit.
Earlier this week, Azam Baki said the case linked to his share ownership is closed, and it appears to be true, as the government says there is no need to replace him. The government will not be looking to replace Azam Baki as the MACC chief. De facto Law Minister Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar said the need for a replacement does not arise as Azam has been cleared by the SC on the proxy stock trading scandal. In a written parliamentary reply, he said the findings of the SC should be accepted by all parties. As such, he said there is no need to dispute the issue relating to the share ownership of the Chief Commissioner. He added that the police also found no issue to be investigated as the matter falls under the jurisdiction of the SC. Wan Junaidi also pointed out that Azam has taken legal action against the individual who allegedly defamed him. He said because the matter is in the court now, any comment on the case may amount to sub judice. The forensic report of a teen who died weeks after vaccination will not be made public before the parents are shown the findings by Khairi himself tomorrow. Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin will meet with the parents of the late teen Ravnesh Kumar Naresh Kumar tomorrow. He will also be presenting them with their son's long-awaited forensic report. Khairi said the delay was due to the need for extensive tests.
Saya rasa lebih baik saya jumpa dengan ibu bapa mendiang dahulu sebelum apa-apa diumumkan secara umum, dan itu memang prosedur yang sepatutnya kita gunakan sebab ini melibatkan butiran kesihatan ataupun butiran kematian peribadi, dan saya nak maklum kepada ibu bapa mendiang terdahulu. Besok mereka akan datang ke jabat.
The 13-year-old passed away on January 16th, 18 days after his first COVID-19 vaccination jab. Khairi said the ministry will also not be able to release Ravnesh post-mortem report to the public unless his parents allow for it.
Berkenaan dengan kes Ravnesh ini, of course kita tak boleh keluarkan butiran post-mortem sebab ini adalah maklumat peribadi dan maklumat ini adalah maklumat yang perlu disampaikan kepada ibu bapa mendiang Ravnesh. Tetapi sekiranya kalau ibu bapa mendiang Ravnesh setuju, maka kita boleh keluarkan secara anonymized. Itu adalah peraturan KKM.
Klang MP Charles Santiago previously urged the ministry to conduct a transparent investigation and to publish Ravnesh's forensic report. Following his death, the teenager's parents appealed to the public to reconsider vaccinating their children in a now viral video. One-off EPF withdrawals may be a thing of the past.
For those hoping the government will convince EPF to allow more one-off withdrawals, it may not be likely. EPF is resisting pressure to continuously allow contributors to withdraw money from their retirement savings account. This comes after BN Jempol MP Muhammad Salim Sharif proposed a fourth round of one-off withdrawals to help those affected by the recent floods and the COVID-19 pandemic. In a Harian Metro article yesterday, EPF CEO Amir Hamza Azizan stressed that the fund's mandate was to help the working public save money for their retirement. Furthermore, the government had already allowed 3 rounds of one-off early withdrawals, namely iLestari, iSinar and iCitra. Yesterday, EPF announced a 6.1% dividend for conventional savings. Elaborating, Amir Hamza believed there was no need for a fourth round of withdrawals. Amir Hamza also shared that Malaysians had withdrawn a total of 110 billion ringgit following 3 one-off early withdrawal schemes over the past 2 years.
The MACC has clarified that Zeti's husband is being investigated, though not by the MACC.
The MACC has clarified that former Bank Negara Governor Zeti Akhtar Aziz's husband, Taufik Aiman, is being investigated. However, not by the graft buster, but by the police. In a statement, the MACC said the Attorney General's chambers had ordered the police to investigate possible violations in the transfer of money to Taufik's account in Singapore. According to the MACC, investigations are ongoing. The MACC said its instructions from former Attorney General Tommy Thomas, who coordinated investigations in late 2018, was to repatriate 1MDB assets. This included $15.4 million involving the accounts of Singapore Incorporated Company Cutting Edge Industries Limited, owned by Taufik. The MACC said, therefore, the claims that enforcement agencies had failed to detect, investigate or prosecute this financial transaction does not arise.
A lawmaker has sounded the alarm over the partnership between Digital Nasional Berhad and Ericsson.
Lembah Pantai MP Fahmi Fadzil has urged the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission to probe the collaboration between state-owned firm Digital Nasional Berhad and Ericsson. The Swedish multinational telecommunications firm was found to have serious compliance breaches in Iraq 3 years ago. Speaking in Parliament, Fahmi called on the MACC, among other local enforcement agencies, to launch a full investigation into the partnership for possible corrupt elements. He said this reminded him of 1MDB and Goldman Sachs and questioned whether the country could see the same thing with DNB and Ericsson. He also urged the Public Accounts Committee to hold an inquiry on the matter. He also asked how much public funds have been injected into DNB. Last year, both DNB and Ericsson inked a 10-year partnership to deliver a nationwide 5G single wholesale network for Malaysia.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad. Thank you for watching.